Hello, everyone. This is a podcast. I know what you're thinking. Patrick, doing a podcast. 2 videos in 2020? What have we done to deserve such glorious gifts? To be honest, this isn't a gift, first off. And secondly, we all deserve a gift in the year of our Lord Talos 2020. It's been a rough one. It's been a weird one. It's been a crazy one. Every year has its crazy, just stupendous, if you would, challenges. Stupendous. That's a word I've never used until just this very moment. So that's something I can say for 2020. It may not have been the best use of it. If you use stupendous, feel free to tell me in the comments. Make me feel better about that stupid word usage. I don't know why my mental lexicon or whatever is full of those words. I don't really use them often. Anyway, about photosynthesis. Just kidding. I wanted to make a little podcast here. I wanted to talk. I didn't want to edit very much. I just wanted to be live and raw. I wanted you to hear my stomach rumble. I wanted you to, just to hear raw thoughts, maybe me saying the word stupendous and then bitching about it afterwards. Maybe that'll happen during this podcast. We can all look forward to that. But 2020, what have we done? What are we going to do? A fireside chat, if you would. A State of the Union address, which, making reference to politics right now just makes me want to crumble into oblivion because it is just a sad state of affairs. And I'll try to stay away from politics too much because some of you may have different views than me, and I could probably guarantee most of you, well, no, not all of you, maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not here to hear your political beliefs or whatever. If you want to hear me rant about politics and rant about other crazy stuff that I really don't like, then you'll hear the live, raw, uncut version of me over on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/PatrickJCreates. All of my internet handles, for the most part, even my OnlyFans, is PatrickJCreates. It's that simple. I've got business cards with it on there. I'm going to get it tattooed on my ass once I make my first million off the internet, which, thank God, that'll be probably 5 million years from now when historians pick up on it and go, man, look at one of the great masters. It's like looking at Da Vinci back when he could, he hated himself or something, which probably is most creative times. Especially, could you imagine being in that time? Oh, crazy amounts of shit going on. Well, when I say that, but oppression is oppression, so to speak. So I guess everyone has their own troubles. That being said, back to 2020. It has been one that we had a weird addition to, and it was painful to me. We started the year off strong. I went with a friend to Orlando, Florida. He had an uncle. It was in February, and he has an uncle that needed some work done. So we went there, and we were going to do some work. In return, that one of his family members works at Universal Studios and could get us a free pass, and I'd never been. So I said, we'll have a little mini vacation, make a little money, and then come back and start the year off correctly. Well, as one would have hoped, it went good. We had fun and came back, and it was as if we just left normal life behind there. Because when we got back home, we were in the throes of people just merely talking about COVID. Like it wasn't a big deal right now. It's like, oh, one person coughed on another. And now look at us. People still not taking it really as a big deal, but it has definitely affected many people, myself included. Family members have passed away because of it. Extended family, like further off family members, but that does not mean it is not any death. To be certain is to be real and true is not, necessary. We all going to die definitely, but if it is avoidable, if there is a way that we can stave off the demons, then, please do it, so. But yes, it has been crazy. It has been wild. My art ideas and plans did not go really good because as a creator, as someone who does Twitch streaming and art selling as their main source of income, it affected me in a very profound way. Look at that fancy word. It really did hit me in a way that I did not expect because it was trickled down, if you would, Because when people are struggling and they have to buy toilet paper by the hundreds because apparently toilet paper is universal, carbon that you stuff inside of a replicator, I guess. Apparently everyone has Star Trek replicators and can turn shit paper into gold and ramen noodles and stuff. I don't know why they would buy toilet paper is what I'm saying. Like, you have two hands. If shit, literally here, gets a little too real, then you can use other tools on your ass. I don't know what year toilet paper was invented and manufactured, mass-produced, or whatever, but I assure you it was not that long ago. Like, it was just a stone's throw ago that diapers weren't just a wash rag tied around your ass when you were a baby. So, and speaking of that, a friend of mine has a sister that just had a child, and for Christmas they were going to accrue some diapers for them. And the diaper industry is a goddamn racket. Like, yes, tie wash rags around your children. Like, I don't know if surely there's something harmful in a diaper, for nature-wise. Maybe not for your baby's ass cheeks, but maybe for nature. But holy moly, it was like $20 or something for a box. And I don't know if you realize this, but shitting and pissing is something that one does a lot. And you burn through those. Like, so I can only imagine the absolute wealth. Like, what I'm saying is buy stock in Pampers, or Huggies, or what's the other brands? I don't know. None of us are sponsored. Huggies, Pampers, get with me, and I'll give away diapers and pull-ups on my stream and shit. Anyway, enough about diapers and the evil organization that is making it easy for you to clean poopy off your children. First off, let me toy with the idea that we're pushing 8 trillion, or fulfillion people on this planet right now. How about we, use some rubbers or pull out or something? Try that out first. Don't go getting yourself in a pickle unless you just really want to. Also, they talk about rescue dogs and everything. Go to an adoption clinic. Get 2 or 3 kids under your arms and just walk on out. You get to choose then. You get to lean down and go, what are you into, Junior? And they're all like, I like Legos and Fortnite. And you're like, okay, good. Fortnite, get this one out of here. I don't want that one. I'm kidding. Just adding onto the pile of Fortnite hate. It's a decent game. It's not for me, but it is a game. So, whatever. Anyway, the point I was trying to make before I lost the point is 2020, life, everything really doesn't have a point. And that was not the initial point, but because I had thoroughly, well and truly forgot the point, or if I was actually, that's the thing, this is the beauty of going to my Twitch stream. We will start talking about something, and then we'll be talking about the mating habits of the hippopotamus. And I don't even know, like right now as I said that, I cannot tell you how much I want to Google hippopotamus sex. Not because I want to be gross, but because I am truly fascinated, because we all know hippos are fat, like very, beefy creatures. I can only imagine the sexual congress being that of nightmares, or maybe so nightmarish that it is wondrous, much akin to like a train wreck or something, like you just can't turn away from it. You're like, wow, that is how animals, of large, how they have sex. Like, do you think they open their mouth and like really go crazy? Like, we all seen the turtles where they're like, they're like really, they're loving it. Of course, you gotta enjoy sex, I guess. It's something that drives evolution. If sex did not feel good, then I wouldn't be here. You listening to me probably wouldn't be here, even by accident, because many of us were accidents. Circling back around to the condoms thing, kids, watch out. You make sure you're wrapping your tool and all that shit. Wrapping your tool. I love the way I'm over here like, profound, this, and then here we are, maybe 10 minutes into the podcast, I'm talking about hippopotamuses blasting each other's asses, and kids wear your condoms in Fortnite. It's really weird. See, this is the idea. This is the podcast that I will... Okay, let's circle back to the point. 2020, terrible. Hippos fucking, Damn it, I said the F word. I don't want to go back and bleep that. I'm not going to. If you hear the F word, please don't faint. I'm sorry that you're hearing this podcast in the year of our Lord 1914, when things like vulgarity were outlawed and punishable by death. Like, it's the F word. Kids, grow up. Humans, please, let's evolve. Like, we talk about all this cool stuff. I can drop the F-bomb without you losing your mind. I'm not going to be yelling it across the ball pit and at the play place and fucking McDonald's, which doesn't exist anymore in this plague-ridden nation. We're only a stone's throw away from super mutants and Mad Max-style living over, fighting over things, not even good natural resources. Old ladies are beating the shit out of one another, Thunderdome style, over toilet paper, things to wipe their asses. Like, just dip it in some water, folks. They sell a 5-gallon drum or bucket at Home Depot for like $3. Go in there and fill it with water and just splash your genitals or something. I don't know. Listen. The point is, bidets. My friend bought me one as a joke. Devilbees, you know who you are. That's their internet handle. They bought it for me because we used to talk about it. Get yourself a bidet. Like, I'm not shilling out for Big Bidet here. I'm not sponsored by any bidet company, but if they wish, please hit me up. Like, these are all things I believe in. Like, I will die on the hill of a bidet is good. Like, it spritzes you. You don't even have to use that much toilet paper. One roll of toilet paper will last you months. Like, you think in mental, when you try to paint the picture mentally, what is it like for a jet of water to blast me in my butthole? It seems heinous. It seems terrible because we think about a car wash. We think about trying to control the flow of a frickin' wide spread water, amount, just going and blowing paint and everything off our car. Like, it's not that. It's not going to shoot you full of water or cut you in half like one of those high-powered, like, hydro lasers that are made of water cutting steel and stuff. It's not that. Look into it, at least. I'm not going to talk forever about bidets. We all know what pooping is, and we all know how to wipe, but look up bidets. It's going to change your life. Start 2021 off right. Let's have a renaissance of sorts, both personally, societally, worldwide renaissance. Let's try to rebirth and renew. And that's what everyone talks about, new year and new me shit that we always hear. Let's try to do that with a bidet. Do yourself a favor, and then tell me in the comments if you're, a bidet user. Back to the point. 2020 did not do good with art sales. It really was trickled down. People didn't have a lot of loot. And so they didn't buy a lot of loot, a lot of things. Art is beautiful. It's amazing, and everyone should have it. Everyone should create it themselves by also having it from other people. It's a fascinating shade and echo of a creator that when I'm long gone, or hell, when weeks have passed, this is an echo of me years ago. It's an amazing concept and cool idea, and everyone should want to have it and have that luxury. I think we as a society need to have that luxury. We need to be able to, want to decorate things that we love and create things and do something besides slave ourselves into oblivion. This is, like, I love the way this podcast is riddled with hey, let's all laugh at hippo sex, and then now let's talk about how humans need to slowly but surely break the yoke of oppression that they've put upon themselves and strive for a better future. Yeah, that's the truth. So I'm not going to break down to that. That's for future podcasts. But looking back, I wanted to do more art stuff. 2021, when COVID has eased up, I am definitely going to try to do more gallery openings. I want to paint some larger pieces. I want to do a gallery. I want to put some art in a gallery, have a gallery show. I don't know where that will be, but that has never stopped anyone before, not knowing, you get to figure that shit out. I got business cards that came in just a few days ago that I'm tickled over. That if you buy my art on my art shop, I will sneak one in there for you. So do buy my art. Get yourself a free gift card, or not a gift card, but business card. They're really nice looking. I would show them on the screen, but you can follow me on Instagram and stuff and see all the pictures and stuff that I do. All of these social, remember, PatrickJCreates, all of that. But yeah, I want to do more YouTube videos. I'd like to do podcasts about art materials. I want to do art videos and review some of the things I purchase because I buy a lot of art material. That's one of the things that I purchase that is not food and paying bills. And sadly, that's terrible. I should, wish I had more money, but most of my money goes to buying up watercolor supplies, inks, paints, brushes, markers, things that can be turned into money. But that is also, luckily, I've been lucky enough to have a hobby that I enjoy thoroughly, to be able to sell that hobby and work hard. It is something I enjoy, and it also turns into something that I can do art. The only unenjoyable part is when I put art up and it goes unsold. No one wants, commissions because everyone's starving the fuck to death. There's the F word. I don't care anymore. I tried to not drop the F-bomb because apparently YouTube is real crazy and strict about it, but I don't think. I think you just say that it isn't intended for kiddos or something, which it isn't intended. None of this is intended for kids. So if you got kids listening, put them in the other room or they're going to know about the horrors of humanity. I'm just kidding. But they probably already do, to be honest. 2020 has been a real doozy of a year. Life in general, baseline, run-of-the-mill, vanilla life, if you would, is pretty gross. And we've had some sprinkles of adversity put upon us all with all kinds of, political stuff and health stuff. It's really wild. I hope you don't hear my stomach rumbling. It's rumbling like crazy, but you probably will hear it. And I don't care, because this is a raw, juicy podcast for the end of the year. So yeah, what are some of your plans? Make sure if you're listening here and go over there and get down in the comments. Tell me what you think. I know that's your run-of-the-mill question people ask when it comes to the new year. What are your New Year's resolutions or whatever? And 2020's not really made it to where we could go out in public. At least, people who respect the boundaries and understand the pandemic may not want to go frivolously into gyms and stuff like that. But you can do it at home. You can do some sit-ups at home, stuff like that, if there's health-related stuff. But definitely art-related things are mine. I'm going to push towards that. I'm going to try to really get this going again, because I've done it and it was working, but this 2020 has been terrible. It has been. It's been the worst year for most of the stuff that I've done. I've not done YouTube in quite a while, so some of you are listening to this podcast don't even watch the stream. Have no clue what I'm talking about, but you get to hear all these ramblings every day and all kinds of insanity. So yeah, feel free to jump over if you like watching live streams. I will say that live streams, the more people that are chatting and talking, the better it is. Sometimes it can get a little, you can't fast forward a live stream. But I hope you wouldn't fast forward this too, because sadly, if you did, I'd hate for you to fast forward out of me, kindly, talking to you about 2020 at the beginning, then you fast forward to hippos. So maybe, that would be weird. If anything, you have to listen to my entire podcast here for the context, because you don't know what the hell's going to happen. Why is he talking about this? And at what point did he detour? It's pretty much called the Detour Podcast at this point. It's a working title, Detour. Because, or Tangent. The Tangent Cast with me, Patrick, and maybe people in the future. But back to it. YouTube, I'd like to do some podcasts with art and stuff, talk about some of the things. Maybe experience new media. I've never done oils really to any capacity, so I need to buy oil paints and maybe try oil paints. Do podcasts about the particular products I used, what I think about them, what I think about the actual creativity, like collage. I've been wanting to buy a bunch of plates of different colors and variety and smash the heck out of them. Buy some cheap ones from the thrift stores. Really, the thrift stores don't have a lot of diverse colors and plates and glasses. I'd rather not buy the broken glass shards and pieces for mosaics. I'd like to be able to do them myself. But I'd like to do that and check that out. That'd be really nice to, try new things. I like to make a designer toys, some designer toys, nothing serious, nothing really articulate or, not articulate. Is it articulate? Articulation? Yeah, that's it. That's the word. Sorry. But, yeah, I want to do that. I'd love to do that. I've got a little list of stuff. I've got a board game that I would say 70%, well, no, it's I want to say 45%, because the general idea of the gameplay is good. The I've not done any of the assets, really. I've made the board and played around with it. There's a lot going on there. If you know anyone who's made a board game or know someone that may could help me in my quest, then feel free to let me know. I'll put you can hit me up on social media and let me know. You can hit me up in the comments here and let me know. I'll be reading all these comments. Tell me what, just different things. I'm trying to, try new stuff in 2021, and especially if it's, going to be indoor stuff, then I've got all the time in the world here to work on, work and relearn YouTube. I know it's been a while, editing, and I used to love doing editing and making special effects and stuff, but now I've just kind of gotten out of it. I did, Twitch will, makes it too easy on you sometimes when it comes to just sitting there and talking and enjoying the conversation with the people that you have. It's been really great. We don't have a huge group over there, but it is a community that is really amazing, kind people. A lot of you are listening from that community, and thank you for being over there on Twitch and supporting me for these, so many years. A lot of you have make or break style scenario. Like I'm telling you, I as an artist, as somebody who keeps their bills tight, even as tight as I keep them, sometimes a $20 tip on the Twitch stream or someone buying one piece of art can, honest to goodness, change my attitude and my mental, just my mentality, at the moment, like from depressed to, oh no, we may make this. It's really it's a beautiful thing, but it's also horribly tragic that it comes out on the wire like that sometimes. So if you'd like to buy some art, feel free to do that right now. Go ahead and buy some art. Tell me, what I should embed a coupon code in here somewhere to make you, but then I can't do it right now because I was, gearing up towards an end. Maybe I could just sneak it in there. All right, I'll put a coupon code in here. If you're listening to this podcast right now and you want to save 20% off your next purchase of my art of any kind, it's free shipping in the U.S., by the way, then it is an animal that we talked about making love. Not the whole word, just the small abbreviated version of that particular animal. I'll let you try to Sherlock that one. We've only talked about one animal in its grotesque girth. So it is the short version of that. And when this goes live, I will make sure to put that coupon code up, and you can type that in when you go to checkout and save you 20% off a piece of art. Isn't that amazing? So that was a knuckle pop right there. Just saw that. But yes, looking back on 2020, I did the one thing. I chatted with some people. I had some rough times as far as trusting individuals. I'm not a trusting person, from the beginning anyway. I've learned over time not to be as trusting. I try to be more trusting and kind to people. I'm friendly and always nice. That's one thing that I can pat myself on the back. Most people speak to me very easy. I'm easygoing. We talk to one another. Like they don't mind sharing stuff, and I appreciate that. I really like the way I'm approachable in that regard. But when it comes to true trust, like me, ride or die, I'm reserved when it comes to things like that. And I've had that tested, and at the beginning of the year, which was really fun. And then I had to worry about the kind of onslaught of that throughout the year. Not really that it bothered me after, it bothers me definitely, but it's just terrible. I mean, you want to reach out and stuff, but that's for future podcasts. Let's not go too crazy. Maybe I'll do not a Q&A, but one of those, it could be a Q&A, but Q&A with you're not questioning my life, you're questioning, say you ask questions and what are my opinions. I get that a lot on Twitch. A few people will come in and talk, and we'll ask questions, and we'll all share opinions. And that's fascinating. I really like that. It's really fun to have this online way to connect with people, because I know I really, I know that I've suffered a little when it comes to the selling of art and stuff, and people not really just feeling kind of bummed out this year in general. But it really is still nice to be able to go, have an opportunity. Because I'm extroverted. Like, I'm never, like, I know a lot of people are, be like, well, I'm introverted anyway. I have no problem sitting at home. I don't mind sitting at home, but I do like to engage with people. I enjoy human life. I love learning about people. I love speaking with people. I love understanding, like, new ways of creating. I've always been, curious. Curious as a cat. And, that's a good trait, I feel, to, always wanting to learn, always wanting to expand. Creativity is something that I feel like everyone can benefit from doing. That's something we can talk about during the end of the stream, is that you need to be more creative in 2021. I know some of you are probably sitting in the midst of paint right now listening on the podcast, but go deeper. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but try new things. That's what I'm going to do. I have to do some things. I've been kind of scared. I'm standing on the edge, so to speak, and in the way just veering out. Like, I have the wings to fly. I have the ability. We all have our set of wings, but you second guess your ability to fly. And I feel like we need to take a dive. Like, 2021 is to take a nice little jump off this ledge and fly. I know this is a weird analogy because it sounds angelic and majestic, but also I'm standing on the ledge, and jumping off of a ledge is not necessarily it's not an age-old way of talking about progressing, but because it has negative outlook. But we have wings here in this particular thing. We can fly. We can feel the wind under our wings. That's the word. Let's get all profound here. Beautiful, amazing. Poetic, if you would. We need to do more things. Everyone does. If you're listening, do more things. Share those things with me over on Instagram. Tag me in them. I love being tagged in stuff and seeing your art and creativity. I like that. It's nice. I like when people say stuff about my art, and I love to say stuff about other people's art, because creativity, we need to, I especially and other people need to get to a place where we realize that everyone has their own way of creating, that, lifting up another doesn't, always take food out of your mouth. I know a lot of people are worried about doing that. They don't want to, they feel intimidated by other artists or something. Like, we all do at times, but that doesn't mean we can't, lift someone up, lift everyone up. That's shit. We need that more than ever. Like, that in general, lift everyone up, whether it be, creative wise, economically, racially, just everything. Everyone needs some lifting up. We all need to get in it together. We ended on such a good note. It's almost crazy to think that midway through we were talking about hippos fucking. Great. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please thumbs up the podcast. This podcast is brought to you by me, my art. We don't have sponsors yet, so go and grab some art. I really hope that you will look at the art and share the art, because even if you do not, I know 2020 is rough, folks, but I know if you do not have art, not art or money, you can still share the art. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. You can still share it, you can still talk about it, and you can still, help me in that way. The internet is all about numbers, it seems, algorithms and all this, and the more help, the better. 2021 can be great. Like I said, if you're an artist, creator, at me, share some art. I'd love to see some of your art. I want everyone here to have an amazing 2021, because 2020 was rough. Care about your fellow human. Be more empathetic. Be more creative. Thank you all for an amazing 2020. Whether you watched one of my videos or bought a piece of art or hung out with me for an hour on stream, hell, 10 minutes on stream, any amount is still amazing. To say hello to me when you didn't need to say hello to me, that's great in and of itself. So thank you all for 2020, being kind, being nice. Let's make some more podcasts in the future. Let's be better people than we were yesterday. And I love you, dudes and dudettes. I'm going to cut that part out. I said dudes and dudettes. Like, what year is this? Am I riding around in a Chevrolet truck with my smokes rolled up under in my sleeve, talking about how fucking rad Fonzie is? Actually, dudes would be the 70s, wouldn't it? I don't know. Listen, I don't know the historical, genesis of the word dude in modern culture or present-day culture. I know the word dude derives from something way back from, fancy lads or something. I don't know. Now I've talked enough about it. I've got to leave it in here. All right, all that profound stuff, just go back and listen to that now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'll see you in 2021.